me get this little bit. Maybe I need to go over here and sit. I finally figured out how to do wide angle. I finally had to do wide angle. I didn't want to do vertical because I just don't like the vertical. Well, hi. Are you going to get up here and join us? Are you going to get up here and join us? Oh, Dad. Oh, Dad. Say, I love my mommy. I love my mommy. My mommy's so sweet. My mommy's so sweet. Oh, yes, yes. Yeah, I'm Delilah. I'm the crime-fighting, beautiful little sweet, oh, precious baby angel dog. Guys, it's nice to see you. Come on in. Hey, the real me too. It's nice to see you. Come on in. Come on in. So, we're hearing, what did I do with my other camera? Oh, here it is. We're hearing that there is another ransom note from TMZ. She's trying to get the bumblebee, or whatever that is. Is that a bumblebee? Is that a love bug? Oh, the love bug. It's a love bug. She's trying to get a love bug. If you guys haven't been over to the Bullhorn Betty Facebook group, you should probably get over there for the Bullhorn Betty Facebook group. That's where we tell Miss B. Betty fan, thank you so very much. And Delilah's trying to get the ladybug, the love bug. It's nice to see you guys. I'm Bullhorn Betty. Come on in. Come on in. We got some information to go over. So we've been kind of on this. We were discussing earlier about the glove, right? We were talking about the glove. We were talking about the uncooperation between the FBI and local law enforcement, even though local law enforcement is now reporting that they're working just fine with the feds. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. There's too many sources by too many different people that have been getting it. And I'm telling you that, you know, I think it's sources from the FBI talking to some of the mainstream media that they've been working with for years. And quite frankly, I truly do believe that there is some type of tug and pull. What is it? Sheriff says there was no glove. That's another thing. They're saying that there's no glove inside the house. I don't know how I feel about that. Because I don't know how that could have gotten wrong. But in all fairness, where did we hear about all of this? We heard about it from mainstream media under sources. So is there a little game of telephone here that we can be learning a little bit from? I would say yes. I think that this is a plausible situation here where we can say yes. As you guys are coming in, guys, I'm Bullhorn Betty. We're covering true crime. We've been covering the case of Nancy Guthrie. I decided to kind of take more of a relaxed approach this afternoon in our discussions, so we can kind of have one-on-one discussions. But as you guys can see, that I have somebody that likes to steal the spotlight more than Bullhorn Betty. So that's my little rugrat. But anyways, I figured maybe just tone it down a little bit. You know, sometimes I feel like, you know, we're getting so away from what we do. We usually discuss this. I'm glad to start seeing some people deciding to go out there and actually, you know, search, even though their searches are a little half-hearted in my opinion. It's nice to see some people out there searching different areas. I'm not sure what we're looking at here, guys. I got to be honest with you. I'm so damn confused. We haven't gotten a straight answer with the FBI. It's confusing. It is ridiculously confusing trying to keep your head above water, because the people that are talking are constantly, the information is constantly being walked back. We don't really have any good, solid information from anybody out there of relevance. I'm hoping that some of the people, one thing that content creators do so well is they build a rapport with their audience, right? And people start coming up to them and just starting to talk to them and starts incorporating and having those conversations with those content creators. And I'm hoping that we can get some of that coming in. Hey, Twin Mommy, it's nice to see you. Getting some of that stuff coming in, because We need to find out what we're looking at here. You know, how many people out there are dealing with, because there's just something not right. Even when I try to apply Occam's razor to, you know, the simplest explanation that this was just a random thing, you know, it doesn't go back to the family. It still comes back to, why did he force her out of the house? Like, this is the oddest part to the whole entire investigation. None of them, hold on here. Let's read some of the comments we've got going on here. Hold on, guys. We're going to go back to the top and just read some comments. Hey, Downey, Lynn, it's nice to see you. Deanna, she's going to get up behind me. Are you behind? Are you done? She'll poke up around the shoulders when she's ready to look and see what we're doing. You'll see her come up around my shoulders. I can feel her back there moving. The real me too, Don. Let them 66. It's nice to see you. JH. AKD, it's nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Cindy, good afternoon. It's nice to see you. Oma, does TMZ need some attention? Listen, I think it's all bunk, because who the frick, who's going to TMZ? You know, who the hell's going to TMZ? But we're not going there. You got your package from B. I did. If you guys have not been over to the Bullhorn Betty channel or group on my channel on Facebook, you need to get over there. I did a video. I'll post it up here, but I had so many things going today, I couldn't post it up here. The real me too. It's nice to see you. The sheriff says there's no glove inside the house. We need to go over that. I heard that. I don't know how I feel. We heard it from fake news. I do agree with that, but it was from Brian Enton. I'm almost confident. We got to go back and source that. But if it's from Brian Enton, I'm gonna try. Well, the source is still a source. Cheyenne, it's nice to see you, everyone. I'm on the fly as usual. I miss City Highs, but thank you in advance. Aw, well, it's nice to see you, Cheyenne. Who else do we have? Diverse, it's nice to see you. Christy, lies, and more lies. People need to stop with all the BS. This is a human being. I agree with that, Christy. I agree with that. Good afternoon, Gratitude. Football Mom, it's nice to see you. You're Dr. Watson. Cheating for dinner tonight. We're doing barbecue sandwich, coleslaw, mac and cheese, cream cheese stuffed jalapeno. And oh, that sounds good. That sounds like my kind of meal. Hello, twin mommy. It's nice to see you. Do I think Nancy is still alive? My answer is no, but I never thought she left the house alive. And that, even with this new assailant, I still believe that. I'm just as sad for Nancy as her family. We all are. Oops, I keep grabbing the wrong side of the phone and it keeps covering up my none of them have a clue. I don't think they do. And I was listening to a conversation that the sheriff had with a Fox News channel guy. I can't remember which one it was. I was reading it. Actually, let me read. We'll read some stuff to you guys. Let me just read some stuff and then we'll get back. Guys, if you have not hit up, if you guys have not hit up my Substack, please consider. And Gratitude is reminding us that the reward has been increased to $100,000. The reward has been increased to $100,000. If you know anything, hey, I Spy. Let me go back to Gratitude's question here. Hold on a second. Guys, this is a more informal live. You guys are going to be able to talk to me directly. This is not a scripted live. This is not. All we want to do is chat. And Gratitude today is reminding us that the reward has been increased to $100,000. And this whole thing was botched from the beginning. I do believe that. And I think it's really sad. And the sheriff, I think, feels bad. They screwed up their entire department. And you know, at the end of the day, nobody wants to acknowledge it. But, I mean, hell, even here, I tell people what's really going on behind the scenes, and they're pissed off at me because, you know, they don't like hearing the truth because the truth goes against what they think should be going on here. And at the end of the day, it's just not. I mean, we have a situation that one, we should, when you have that many people in one condensed area, you have to have lights. Okay, there's low pollution lights you could put out. I think if she were alive, the ransom would have been paid. Doesn't appear exactly. I think all the communications we've been hearing have been from crazy people. You know what I'm saying? Like people that hijacked the fact that she was missing and realized that there was no ransom, and they just kind of decided to do this ransom. I don't know. You know, we don't even really know if the abductors ever reached out to the family or even wanted a ransom. We don't know if any of that's true. It's, I don't know. It's just odd for me, you know? And I'm watching out there, and I'm watching all the moves, and I'm watching, you know, the searching and stuff like that, seeing if anything can uncover something. And, you know, there's so many places out there that, in all fairness, I see like there's like embankments and stuff where she could be rolled. I mean, there's areas out there that you, even when you're standing on top of her, you wouldn't even be able to see her. And somebody out there would know those places. You know, no plea from the family lately. The only thing we got was that video from the daughter from Savannah that just broke. I mean, I cried. In my opinion, the fact so many people are on the scene in chat, the people are making up fake news. I think so. I think so. And I think some people are being trolled that are on social. Well, trolling on social media has been easy to do for many people, which is sad because I don't know why people would troll, you know, something like this, but they do, right? I don't know why. You can't explain. To those who are smashing Nancy Guthrie and her family because they are Trump haters, yes, they posted vile things. However, we as Republicans must show we are different. We still pray for Nancy to be found. We have compassion for an 84-year-old missing mother and grandmother. I couldn't have said it better myself. I just plugged her name in, and that's what came up. And you see that the memorial for her is growing. You know, you can see that the memorial is growing. Let me see if I can post. No, it won't let me do that. So there you guys have it. You know, it was just the sign. Now it's a lot of these yellow flowers around. It's actually quite beautiful, you know. But let's just go over some of the details of the case because, you know, they are getting confusing, and maybe we can walk through some of the stuff together. So she's 84 years old. We know that she did make it home. So she did absolutely go to dinner. Now let's walk through the dinner. Uber, right? There is an Uber trip. Now, if the family, let me just ask you guys this. Oh, thank you, Melanie. I appreciate the hearts. Love back to you. Love back to you. And it's Valentine's Day tomorrow. If I forget to tell you happy Valentine's Day, or I don't see you tomorrow, I just want to send some love to you guys this evening while we're on. Happy Valentine's Day. It's nice to see everyone. If you're just coming in, I'm Bullhorn Betty. We're going to give you guys a little bit of the breakdown on the Nancy Guthrie case for this evening. There has been some more confusion already added to the case, more confusion than there was already, okay? So for example, let me just give you a little history of this 84-year-old woman. Hi, Medic Biker, it's nice to see you, Love Bug. So she's 84, she's a grandmother, she lives in Tucson, Arizona. It sounds like they've lived in this area since the 90s. As far as I can understand. So this is home to them, okay? This is their comfort area. So I want to put that into perspective because a lot of you guys understand that kind of comfort, being in a home for, you know, 30 years, what kind of stability something like that provides every single person to have. So this was truly her home. This wasn't a place that she just moved into where she didn't know where she was going. This is a place that she's lived for a very long time. She's raised her children predominantly alone. This is her place, okay? I just want to make sure that we understand the situation at hand, okay? And she has a daughter that's pretty famous and well known on the Today Show. She's been debuted on the Today Show. Her daughter has talked about her roots and even did a documentary on the Tucson, Arizona area. And then all of a sudden, you know, she lives in New York. Her brother lives in Vermont. And the only person that's really here to take care of her mom, that's really like part of the inner circle, is her sister Annie and Annie's husband, Tomasioni. So as you guys can imagine, Annie and Tomas are not as well known, have the type of money, have the lifestyle that Savannah or her brother Cameron has. They're very kind of low-key, hippie. You know, they make jewelry, they love hiking, they love being one with the earth. You know, those type of people, salt of the earth type of people, in my opinion. And of course, they were out to dinner with their mother. Now, we have to look at this whole entire situation in a granular level because we don't know what happened. So that means we do have to look at every single behavior, okay? First of all, why was she even at the dinner to begin with? That's question number one, right? Why was she there? There's a lot of reasons why she would be there, right? Maybe this is something that they do every single week. Maybe this is something they decided to do sporadically. Maybe she got a call and said, hey, Mom, we need your help. Would you mind coming over? Right? We don't know. We've never asked that very first question, nor has that very first question ever been provided to the public. So why was she there? Okay, now we have to look at the next behavior. What did she do? Did she drive herself there? Did her wonderful son-in-law or wonderful daughter come by and pick her up to make sure that she got there safely and didn't have to drive? Or did she get an Uber and go over to the house? And if she got an Uber, why? Right? Why? Why was she at the house for dinner? Why did she take an Uber over to that house for dinner? And why was she there for almost 4 hours? Right? Why? Over 4 hours. She got there at like 9:32. She came back at 5:32. She came back about 4 hours. A little over, give or take 4 hours. So why was she there for 4 hours? Is that normal and customary? So we already have a lot of whys up front in this case. I think some folks take Uber all the time. Hope they look at her account. Very, very good point. And they probably have. They've got her phone. So we know that Cellbrite was used. We know that they have a good idea of everything, of her whole entire comings and goings. I'm absolutely confident that they have all those. So they would have the answer to all these, but they're not telling us. So the only way we're going to find out these answers is somebody telling us, either them or somebody that knows these people. And so far, I haven't heard any conversation from anybody that they know or the family answering these questions. That's why I'm posing them out here to the real world. So why? Why were these things happening? And why didn't she take an Uber home? Because I would think that if somebody wanted to pick her up, they would pick her up. And if they wanted to take her home, they'd take her home. But why did she have to take an Uber over to their house and then somebody take them back? Why didn't she get an Uber back to the house if it was normal and customary for her to take an Uber over to their house? Or was it not normal and customary? I don't think she ever went there. I believe she did. I believe she did. And here's why. Because I think if she hadn't, I think that information would have been revealed by now because they would have known that up front. I don't think that law enforcement would have been playing that game. Whoever did this had the time to take her and do things with her, no matter if it was a botched robbery or kidnapping. Just seems as if they are only searching the radius, but that's exactly it. But you know what, gratitude, here's my thing. I'm glad you brought that up, even though we're kind of getting off, but I don't really care. This is kind of your guys' live anyways. That's why it's so casual. There's nothing behind me. I'm sitting in my living room. We're just having a casual conversation. But I'm glad you brought it up because something has concerned me. Something has bewildered me. And I know that if it's bewildering me, that it's most likely bewildering you. By the way, we have 162 people in chat. If you guys wouldn't mind going out and giving me a thumbs up, I greatly appreciate it. It's the lack of vehicle. It's the now, after almost 2 weeks, we finally have a potential gray pickup truck. That should have been well known to us early on in the case, but it comes back down to this whole thing about this case being botched. I truly believe this case was botched at the beginning. Now, was it botched so bad that it couldn't be caught, like you couldn't catch up? I don't think it was there, but I think they gave a defense attorney some wiggle room, okay? When the person is found, there's going to be some hurdles that the prosecution will have to get over, but a very strong case should overcome all that. So let's just be reasonable here and say that in my experience, which, by the way, guys, I do have law firm experience, okay? I just want to make sure you guys understand I'm not a lawyer. I have worked for lawyers for many years. I haven't worked for lawyers for at least a decade and a half. So almost a little over 15 years, but not quite 20 years. So I do understand the law. There's a lot of stuff over the years that I can honestly tell you that I forget. But that's what the best part about research is, right? You can always go in and research it. But everything that I understand about what we see going on out there was not normal. I know the sheriff wants to make us feel like he didn't do anything wrong, or maybe it was okay for him to release the crime scene, or his, officers did such a thorough job. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Even when the feds came in and they looked at it, I think when they closed the crime scene down again to allow the feds in, I think we looked at that as him not doing his job, but it wasn't that. That wasn't the issue that we had. It was the multiple times that they've had to come in, including today, right? Including, or was it yesterday? Including yesterday, when they put the tent up. Like, this is another thing that they should have done up front. The septic tanks and the manholes, right? In my opinion, those should have been part of the initial sweep. Like, you would think that those things would have been a part of the initial sweep. And never mind about the dogs. Why didn't we have dogs immediately out there tracking that scent? Clearly she left the house. Clearly she walked somewhere. Where was the truck parked? They should have been able to have those dogs out there, ground disturbance or scent dogs, follow right to where the scent just stops. And if they never got a scent going out of the house, that means she never touched the ground when she left the house. And that is a critical clue that we must understand. Because there's been a few people here that have said they believe that she was thrown over somebody's shoulder and removed out of the house. And if she was thrown over somebody's shoulder, she might have been incapacitated. We don't know what type of blood trail. Was there drips all the way from her bedroom out the front door? And if so, that means that she was bleeding from an orifice. And she was incapacitated. She may have already been deceased at that moment. Because the biggest problem I have with the whole scene that we can see, okay? And this is just me personally, folks, and I'm sorry, but it's the lack of footprints in that blood at the front door. It's the lack of footprints in the blood at that front door that gives me so much pause, that just make me think that we don't even have a clue what happened. Or what happened to Nancy. But I have had this gut feeling, and it's only been a gut feeling because obviously I don't have any receipts to support it, but I've always said from the beginning that I truly believe that she was dead before she left that house. And if that was the case, then her Apple Watch, the stuff on her Apple Watch should have showed that. And because her family was so adamant about the ransom note and getting her back and thinking she was alive until up just recently, in my opinion, it makes me feel that her Apple Watch are not saying the things that I think it should have said. So SWAT is on the move. SWAT on the move again. They said SWAT is on the move. Okay, we got extra here. Where did we hear SWAT is on the move, if you guys don't mind me asking? Is it on Jonathan's live? I'm here. Tate Ship, I have questions. Lady Lynn, it's nice to see you. Christy, where do we hear SWAT is on the move? I see a couple of you guys saying that SWAT is on the move. So I just want to make sure that I know what I'm talking about here. It says DNA recovered from the gloves and possibly pieces of evidence. DNA recovered from gloves. What? Hold on, we got something coming up. You guys are saying SWAT is on the move? Here's what am I reading this wrong? Nancy Guthrie live update. DNA recovered from gloves. They're saying DNA was recovered from gloves. Possible evidence. Sheriff says. Guys, here, I think we might have breaking news. We might have breaking news. SWAT possibly on the move to a donut shop. Well, we're hearing that we might have possible DNA on a glove, folks. I heard it on JLR. Thank you, Lady Linda. That means it's out there somewhere. If somebody in our mod chat can try to find where they're finding that from. For right now, we've got this update coming, and it says, Nancy Guthrie live update. DNA was recovered from the gloves, folk. Pima County, Arizona. The search for 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie, mother of Today host Savannah Guthrie, began after she was abducted from her home near Tucson, Arizona on Sunday, February 1st, authorities said. The Guthrie family has made multiple public pleas for information surrounding their missing mother. On February 10th, the FBI released an updated missing person poster to include the potential suspect from newly released doorbell footage. Time of disappearance, DNA recovered. Here we go, 48 minutes ago. DNA was recovered from several gloves and other pieces of potential evidence, and those DNA samples are now being compared to samples taken from associates of Nancy Guthrie. Pima County Sheriff's Office, Chris Nanos, told ABC News Friday. The sheriff said he's hopeful investigators are getting closer to solving the case. We've gotten DNA back. They've gotten DNA back, folks. This is about 45 minutes ago. We're reading this. They already have genetic markers of those we think had access to the home. He said, including members of the Guthrie family and household help. Now we have to go through and try to eliminate people, Nano says. Several gloves have been found throughout an expanded search, zero within a 10-mile radius. So several gloves have been found throughout an expanded search zone within a 10-mile radius, folks. Within a 10-mile radius, I will read your guys' notes and comments here. I'm sorry I'm reading. I can't see you. So hopefully, let's keep our fingers crossed, folks. We might be having some good news, and we're hearing the SWATs rolling out. I have a feeling, guys, we might be getting close. We might be getting close. I beg. Investigators plan to return to the Guthrie's house as soon as Friday to take additional measurements from the front doorway where the suspect lurked. They have estimated his height now 5'9" to 5'10", and now the hope is to determine the man's weight. It is really about taking that video and frame by frame and trying to get as much out of it as we can, Nano says. And people have. They also found that tattoo on the arm that looks like it will be able to help once they find somebody. Other investigators are trying to trace the point of sale for the backpack sold at Walmart the suspect was seen carrying. And it did look fairly new, folks. So let's keep our word is media company is renting the house behind Nancy's. I believe it. I believe it. If the media, yeah, I believe it. They rented the front yards of the people I believe it. And they're paying a ridiculous amount of money too. I believe it. I believe it. Walmart declined to comment on whether it was assisting in the investigation. I can tell you Walmart usually always assists investigations, especially when it comes to elderly. Let's pray Nancy is still alive. Yes, guys. It sounds like we got some breaking news, folks. We got some breaking news. The individual detained earlier this week for question in Rio Rico, Arizona, who identified himself as Carlos, is not fully cleared, even though he has been released and is under no law enforcement restrictions, sheriff said. Nobody is fully cleared, Nanos says. He talked to us. He was cooperative. So he made it very clear. This guy is not off the hook just yet. And we saw that photo that was generated by that renowned sketch artist that has worked with officers in the exact same manner, where they've had a ski mask or something, and she had to try to figure out with, genetic markers and, bone structures just on what they see, and really try to enhance or pull a face out of that. And she did that, and with that, it showed that, I don't know if I can show you guys, that would be kind of cool if I could, but I can't. I can't. What is this button here? Oh, that turns off my camera. Oh, well, at least I know that. Oh, and it's taking a highlight right now, a 5-minute highlight. Okay, well, that's great. I didn't know what these buttons meant. So there we have it, folks. Okay, so the individual detained earlier this week from Rio Rico, Arizona, who is identified as Carlos, is not fully cleared. We need to remember that. Nobody is fully cleared, Nano says. He said the Sheriff's Department and the FBI are working side by side to find Nancy Guthrie. We're not giving up, Nano says. If Nancy's out there, we're going to find her. We're not giving up. So there was also another statement that Nanos had stated. So if you guys are just coming in, we're getting new information that the gloves had DNA on them, folks. The gloves had DNA on them. It sounds like they now are searching for anybody, including the Guthrie family, to find out whose DNA that is. It sounds like we're getting close, folks. It sounds like we're getting so stinking close. We're so stinking close. We're so stinking close. And we just heard SWAT just left Pima office. They've got somebody, because the last time they did this, where did they go? They went and picked up Carlos in Rio Rico, baby. They went and picked him up. I think they're going to pick up the guy. Guys, I think we're in the midst. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's get the TV on. Has anybody found me? Let's see what we got going on in our chat. Okay. All right. Do we have where they're let's get Jonathan up. Let's get Jonathan up. FBI whoa. FBI has to be getting information stating to come in. I'm watching. Watching who? Watching where? What do you want? Can you go into the chat and tell me where you're watching so I can watch as well? I've been watching 24/7. Any update? Let's roll. Get this psychopath. Amen. Amen. If you guys are just new, it sounds like we're getting close to finding who this person is. Helicopter above Nancy's house. We're hearing there's a helicopter above Nancy's house. Let's see where we're at. Hold on. I'll get over there. Okay, we got breaking manhunt. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Turkey Man. Thank you. Doesn't cost a dime. Don't forget to hit that thumb up button. All right, so I'm watching this. I'm watching this in real time. We don't have anybody.
What's up with the SWAT? But I don't know if it's related.
Jonathan's saying he doesn't believe it's related. Jonathan just said he doesn't believe the SWAT is related. So let's see what we got here. We got some other things going on right now. Heard it on JLR. Yeah. But he just said, sorry, let me get this all up. I don't know what's going on. He just said that he doesn't think they're related. Come on, Delilah. If you're going to get here, you're starting to drive me nutty. She's getting a little excited with me because she doesn't know what's going on.
Just waiting to see
okay.
what happens next, folks. Did they get an IP address of the letter?
It says TMZ says another email has arrived from the same person claiming to know who is responsible for Nancy Guthrie's kidnapping. They now say they want $100,000 and contacting them because he doesn't trust law enforcement. So the person is still trying to get money extort money from the family, from the situation. I'm not seeing anything related to this subject. We are hearing that the SWAT team is on the move from Pima County. The last time they were on the move from Pima County, what's BS? What's BS? A lot of trolls in his chat. It's ridiculous. What are they saying? Also, TMZ, that's what we just said. TMZ got a second. Okay, so are you saying the trolls in the chat said that they're leaving from Pima County? That might be it. But we did get confirmation from a reliable news source that they did find DNA. They did find DNA in the gloves. The gloves have DNA on them. They got the profile, folks. In my opinion, they've got the profile. Now they're running the DNA against all of the housekeepers, workers, and family of Nancy Guthrie. They have a profile. If you guys did not hear it, I just went over it. Let me see if I can find it again, and we'll go over it again. But we did get confirmation, and it was from an ABC article, if I'm not mistaken. Let me go Nancy Guthrie, glove, DNA. If you guys hear how I'm saying it, this is how I search. So if you guys are seeing that and you're wanting to know, I'm searching on X right now. And we just received a note. The DMA is blocking, DNA, no, has DNA. Let me put has DNA, has DNA. I just read it. Now I can't find it. Unless I read it. Shit. I hate when I do that. I don't know where I read that from. I'm going to have to go back through my history and read it. Okay, well, either way, let's read your comments here until I get it back up. Hey, Jenny, it's nice to see you. I hope you're happy. DNA and gloves could be a police, too. I don't think those are police. Police gloves wear certain gloves. They have issued gloves. They're not going to be using the same brand of gloves that we're finding from Home Depot, okay? Typically, they order their gloves from shops for supplies for, law enforcement. Sheriff kept the DNA from the FBI so he could get credit, probably. It's so stupid. This is what I hate about law enforcement. This is the crap that's going on in Sebastian Rogers' case. I'm almost confident with it. So let me see. I just read an article on ABC that the sheriff says the glove was tested and DNA was on it. And now they're comparing the DNA to associates of Nancy Guthrie. Can you find that article for me? Okay, here it is. This was just provided just a few minutes ago. Within the last 24 hours. No. All right, well, I can't seem to find it. I will find it again because I did just read it to you, and I should have sent it to myself, but I didn't because I know we're going to watch it when I read that tomorrow. So let me just read here, make sure that I didn't miss it. All right, guys. Well, I can't find it, but I will find it, and when I do, we will read it. But it does say that the DNA it came from it came from ABC News. There's so much stuff coming on about this case every few seconds. You can't keep all this stuff together because by the time you go back to it, there's 100 more posts about her. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. So I'm glad she's getting attention. This helps. But what we have learned is that the glove did have DNA on it. The DNA is being compared, and hopefully we will have some information. And then we heard that, which everybody's saying might be trolls in JLR's chat, but people were saying that the SWAT was heading out. But other than from what people have said in my personal chat, I haven't seen anything online, but it did come as I was reading the fact that DNA was found on the glove. DNA was found on the glove. So let me actually write that. DNA was found on the glove. I'm starting to get tired. I tell you what, Globe. Golly, I'm getting so sick of this. Glove. I'm not even by. I guess I am by B. Oh my gosh. He spent $200,000 on it, on that. $200,000. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So we'll keep looking for this, but right now we don't have any new information. We don't know anything about Nancy Guthrie that we don't already know. She was taken out of her house by a gunman, a masked gunman. We don't know why. Many people believe there was a motivation behind it. There was nothing, from everything law enforcement has told us, there was nothing missing from the house. There's nothing missing from the house. There's no big ticket items missing. Her purse, her phone, her keys to her car, everything left behind, except a violent scene inside the home that spilled out to the outside of the home, and an 84-year-old frail woman with a bad heart is missing. Her body hasn't been found. She hasn't been found. And everybody is a guess to who could possibly have done this. Now, we had a Carlos Enrico Rico arrested, and law enforcement is reminding us today that he is not cleared. He was let go for lack of evidence, but he is not cleared. And we have a forensic artist that is retired, but it doesn't mean she has no skill once she retires. Her craft is still her. And she's helped in 750 cases identify or construct people's faces from under masks and stuff like that. And she has identified a very specific drawing. And I don't know how we didn't check it against the one person that's been arrested so far. Right? But when it was compared next to him, we talked about it on the show, but we didn't compare it. Uh-oh, did I break something? Gosh, something broke. Huh. The little thingy broke off my remote control right there. Huh. Well, I'll be. Ain't that a son of a biscuit? Ain't that a son of a biscuit? You can see where it broke off right there. Yeah. Huh. Well, I'll be. Huh. Not liking that one bit. Is that a sign of bad luck? No, Nanos is screwing up the case. He's screwing up the case, all right, but you know, the people out there on the field are still working. They don't even know who's in charge. They're just doing the job, you know, and that's what you want in investigators. This is horrible, but this wasn't, let's face it, this wasn't, in all fairness, screwed up by Nanos specifically. I mean, they're showing, hold on, whoa.
Vehicle command just headed out again somewhere around Tucson. Fox News.
Hold on. He just put up there. They are. The SWAT is moving.
Sure. Appreciate it.
SWAT. Hold on.
Thank you. You too.
He just said something. Hold on. I just watched it.
Alright, so we're on
8 minutes ago, media company has rented the house behind Nancy's house, okay? It says right here, Pima County SWAT en route.
SWAT.
He's showing SWAT just left. Find Nancy Guthrie.
2:55 p.m. Pima County SWAT.
19 minutes ago, SWAT vehicle has left Pima County Sheriff's Department per Fox News. That is not a false alarm.
Around Tucson, Fox News reported. That's okay.
25 minutes ago, reporting SWAT vehicle has departed from Pima County Sheriff's Office. We finally have some progress in the Nancy Guthrie case after a false alarm earlier this week, folks. They got the DNA. We read that they got the DNA. Off the glove. Off the glove. We just read it live here on the show. I couldn't find the article again after I read it, but I know we had just read it on the show. And now we're hearing that SWAT has truly left Pima County. They already know who it matches and their cousins. I believe they found what you were looking for. Check the mod. Okay. Check mod. Give me a second. This is it.
318.
This is it. Yep. Good Morning America. Good Morning America broke it. Good Morning America broke it. Here it is. I've got the article. Thank you. Thank you, mods.
Do my charger here.
Let me just turn this down. I don't want to turn it off because that's how I almost missed it. Mod chat now. Yep. So we did find the article. Thank you, The Real Me Too. That is the article. It says the search is intensifying for 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie, the mother of Today's Show host Savannah Guthrie, who investigators say appeared to have been kidnapped from her Tucson, Arizona home in the early hours of Sunday, February 1st. FBI this week released a video of the armed person in the mask in front of her home appearing to tamper with the security system. Further down in the article, it states the sheriff speaks to ABC News about DNA, gloves, and not giving up. DNA was recovered from several gloves and other pieces of potential evidence, and those DNA samples are now being compared to samples taken from associates of Nancy Guthrie. Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos told ABC News Friday, today. The sheriff said he is hopeful investigators are getting closer to solving the case. We've gotten DNA back. They got the DNA back, folks. We have breaking news, and we just heard that SWAT has left Pima County. Are they going to get Nancy's abductors? Are they going to get Nancy's abductor? Are they going to get a killer? They already have the genetic markers of those we think had access to her home. Christy says, let's get this guy. I bet Cash Patel is happy with the DNA coming back useful. Sheriff's office is about 20 miles south of Nancy's home. It was dead. If it was dead, she wouldn't be bleeding. That's not necessarily true. That's not necessarily true because blood can pool in orifices, and when you're moved, the orifices, other orifices, it comes out of. So it just doesn't go into your body and not come out. You can have other things even while you're deceased and still have blood dripping from your body, even though your body's not pumping. So I pray to God that's not the case. You know, we can always think that, you know, maybe she was assaulted and made to, but I don't see how she could have walked to his truck. I appreciate the formation, but you're alerting. I'm not alerting the kidnappers. This is our, I'm reading from, so I'm not boots on the ground there. I'm not alerting kidnappers for anything. This is stuff that's already being released. I'm just telling it in real time. It's being released all over social media. So it's not me doing it. And me and probably about 1,000 other people are releasing the information about the same time. So I'm pretty sure the kidnapper, if he's paying attention, probably already knows that the SWAT is leaving. She's covering the latest news. That's it. That's it. Several gloves have been found, and they're on the hunt. And I like how they say several gloves, because it's been stated that he had gloves over gloves. The kidnapper is well aware of all the things, and if their dumb ass is still in the States, they're really dumb. That's true. That's true. That's true. So, yeah, we have to wait. You know, this is gonna. I can tell you guys, I truly believe this is somebody we're not looking at. There's just something in my gut that's telling me that we're gonna be shocked when they finally get the person, that we're gonna be like, who? I feel like this is gonna be the Koberger effect all over again. You know, I really do. I don't know why. I feel like we're gonna have the Koberger effect again, where everybody just knew that it had to be this person, and then they found Koberger, like, who's he? You know, I think this is going to be a Koberger effect. Now somebody is going to come in and say we can't laugh. Oh, guys, don't be mean to people. Let's stop. If you guys had your conversation, stop. Got to be on our best behavior. We're not out in the field. We got to be on our best behavior when we're not out in the field. Unless you're Bullhorn Betty. I hope they find her. This sucks for them. It does. It does. The DNA has to be in the system. I think that's why this person took. I just feel like everything that he touched, he took with him. You know, I feel like that's why the Ring doorbell or the Nest doorbell camera is missing, is because he touched it. And I think he took it with him. And, you know, obviously he attacked Nancy, so he took her with him. It seems like everything he touched, he got spooked. Like, I don't know, unless it was targeted. Which many people, like, I'm on the fence. You know, I was off the fence. I'm like, okay, you know, maybe it truly is her son-in-law. And then the video comes out of this masked man, and you could clearly see it was definitely not her son-in-law. And that just kind of put everything into a different perspective. And then it's like, is it somebody, you know, and I keep bouncing around. Is it somebody that didn't know her? Is it somebody that did know her? It seemed like they didn't know the property, but, you know, who would take her out of the house? I've never heard. This is the reason why I always thought it was close to home, is because they took her out of the house. Like, I am so blessed confused. How many other people are so confused? Like, my head is spinning. I don't think I've ever felt this exhausted from the head spin. And it's Friday the 13th. Thanks, Christy. It's just great. That would be insane if they found the I want to say the murder suspect, but the abductor. You know, we don't know if she's murdered yet, but the abductor on Friday the 13th, that would literally blow my mind. That would just be like, that's just so creepy on top of creepy. It really is. I don't know what I'd do. Couldn't leave her for DNA. I think that's what it was, which kind of helped me identify that he knows a little bit about DNA. So it makes me wonder, is he a known criminal, you know, in the area? I believe the same thing as you from the start. Maybe she catches the. Maybe she caught a porch pirate. This looked like somebody well beyond porch pirate criteria. I mean, this person had a backpack and a loaded gun. And a loaded gun. You can't forget that. Many people do think this was paid off. You know, I've been bouncing around because, you know, this, like I say, we usually find the cases that defy logic. Like that, those are the cases that really are what I look for in a case that we're going to cover and invest time and money into. It's got to be one of these cases that defy logic, that really make us, you know, think and have to process a lot of stuff, and, you know, not be it just because I don't know, it keeps my attention, right? No, Birch. No. It is what it is. I wish things were different, but they're not. Anyways. Wasn't my choice, I will say that. Investigators plan to return to the Guthrie's house as soon as Friday to take additional measurements from the front door where the suspect lurked. They have estimated his height to be 5'9" to 5'10". I don't know. Have you guys seen that the officers come back to take more measurements today? I haven't seen them come back to take more measurements. They're saying in this article here that they're supposed to be coming back today to take measurements. So I'm not seeing that. So kidnappers monitor the copy. Hey, you know what? I always thought Brian Koberger watched when we were out there in Washington State. I mean, there were some white cars. I mean, now that we know who he is, it kind of creeps me out, to be honest with you. I won't lie. The thought of Brian Koberger creeping, anyways, it spooks me. Some of the stuff I do, looking back on some of the stuff I do, it spooks me, but I can't think of it. I remember when we were out in the swamps looking, my mom would call me in the middle of the search and say, there could be rattlesnakes out there! And I'm like, Mom, if you can't handle me and handle my job and what I do, don't watch. Her and I got into yell because we would be live streaming, and I would have my mom calling me, freaking worried out of her blessed mind. Like, she's calmed down a lot since I first started, but oh my gosh, she would literally call me in the middle of a search for somebody out in the middle of the swamp to let me know, why are you walking there? There could be rattlesnakes. There could be this. There could be that. And I remember just telling my Mom, yes, you realize this is my job, right? Yes. Okay, you realize that no matter whether you call me and you act freaked out or not, I still have to do the job, right? Yes. And you realize you freak me out when you do this, right, Mom? Yes. Do you think that helps my job? No. Okay. So let's not call me anymore, okay? When I'm out here, wait until my job is done, and then you can call and freak out. But I'll be there. You know, I'll be lost somewhere live, and Mom will call me. Oh, my God. I'm like, thank you, Mom. Have a great day. I will talk to you later. I'll talk to you later. The gators haven't gotten me yet. I just want to let you know, and neither have the rattlesnakes. Just saying. Just saying. I have a weird imagination. We all do. We're the coffee club. But do we know exactly what kind of gun? No, we know it was a semi-automatic. But I couldn't see, well, no. The answer is no. We don't know what kind of gun it is. I know it's a semi-automatic. But see, it's so difficult in that footage because, you know, you can have a short nose, you know, you can have a short nose just about in almost every caliber. I know it wasn't like a little 22 or anything like that. At least it didn't look like it. Looked a little bit bigger than that. Maybe a 32, 40, or 32, 38, a 40. I don't know. It looked, I don't know if it was a 350. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I know like 9mm, 38s, and 40s are pretty pretty standard. But I don't know. I don't know. So, what did Turkey Man ask? Nothing, nothing, nothing. We love Mop Bullhorn. Mop and Bullhorn used to be a spaz. There's been times I've spazzed out. Like I stepped on a snake before, and it was during a live when I was leisure. I was at a Trump thing, and I was with a group of people out there, and I just happened to be live streaming while we were breaking away from the mundane and going out to a park just to kind of get away, be one with nature, get some fresh air, kill some time, you know, just as a group, catch up. We usually don't see each other. A lot of us are from all over the country. And, of course, right as a live, I looked down. I stepped on something jelly. It felt weird under my foot. And then I looked at it, and it was coiling up, and I didn't know if it had already struck me because I didn't know what the hell happened, you know, and I just freak out, and I just stomp my feet up and down because I'm scared if it's going to strike, you know. I'm hoping that if it strikes, it strikes when it's not, you know, when I'm just, ah! And it was caught on the live and everything. It was, I mean, I can laugh about it now, but I gotta tell you, I was like this close to having to change britches, okay? And then they were trying to tell me it was a not a water moccasin, that it was a copperhead, and I freaked out even more, and come to find out it was just a North Carolina water snake. Thank God, even if it did bite me, it wouldn't have been poisonous, but oh my gosh, I'm always cautious when I'm out there in the field. When I'm in the field, I'm cautious. You know, I know the threats when I'm out there. I know that there could be wild animals or snakes or poisonous snakes out there when I'm in the wild looking for somebody. I'm always, always, always very cognizant of that. But when I'm leisure in a park, the last thing on my mind is a freaking snake. And I'm recording this area because it was freaking ominous. I'm leaning down. I'm like, look how ominous this is, right? And I'm leaning down there trying to show how ominous this area is in North Carolina. And then it's just all hell breaks loose. I'm standing on a snake. Ah! And I just start running. I'm running. And I'm am I scared of snakes? The answer is, based upon that day, I am deathly scared of stepping on snakes. And I was just all over the place, and I was screaming. I think I was even beaten with sweat. I was so stressed out over this. I didn't know if I got bit. I'm telling you, it was awful. It was awful. It lasted, I don't know, about 10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. Maybe it lasted longer than or wasn't as long as I thought it was. It felt like eternity for me. They did find the snake. Snake was not poisonous. Snake was just a North Carolina water snake. That was it. That was it. Even if it bit me, I wouldn't have lost my leg. I wouldn't have lost the leg. It might have hurt a little bit. It surely scared the shit out of me. I will always look where I watch, even in my leisure time, because of that experience. But I'm alive. I'm alive. I survived a snake attack. Kind of, sort of. I stepped on a snake and it didn't bite. It should have. If somebody stepped on me, I'd bite back. I'm just saying. It was a docile snake. Because I definitely would have taken a chunk out of somebody's ass. They stepping on me like I did. I'm just saying. It was a nice snake. It was a nice snake. All right, guys, it was real. It was great. I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with me. I wanted to give you guys that information. We've got DNA, folks, and we have SWAT leaving the building. Are we going to have a suspect by nightfall?
I don't know.
It surely would be great. It surely would be great for Savannah to have Savannah and her family and us in the world to have closure, to find out what happened to this beautiful lady. At the end of the day, we do not have to agree with people to love people. We do not have to like people to love people. I think deep down inside, the human element in each and every one of us always truly does want to help. And, you know, we all love people. I think that many of us do try to fight for the good. We just have different ways of doing it.
I mean, if it ends, then we can go back.
What?
You want to see a SWAT? I guess since we're going to have we might be staging. Sometimes it takes them a minute to do things, right?
Well, yeah, I would say, yeah, this one they said they're also tracking a cell phone.
Tracking a phone.
Don't mind my stuff. I still haven't cleaned up completely from...
Let's go. Alright, we're going to go follow this. Because there's nothing really going on here right now, so we'll just wait, you know, and if something jumps back up...
I don't know why it gives such a yellow hue, or a blue hue on my Apple phone. It's not this blue in this room. It's a nice clear picture, but for whatever reason, when I have it on here...
It's not?
Not related to Nancy would be on a TAC chat. What do you think?
It's probably not related.
Oh, it sounds like it might not be related.
What do you want to do? You want to go all the way out there?
It's rush hour too, on Friday.
Yeah, and we're not going to go. We're not going to go. I don't think it is.
Listening though and see.
We'll keep listening. Yeah. Y'all, somebody just saved us a trip, maybe.
They're saying they don't believe it has anything to do with Nancy.
I do. I do. I like riding around.
How was the service coming in from that last trip? Did you have any?
No. Once I go north of here and come into the north side,
Yeah.
it's fine. And when I go through here, it gets all messed up. I mean, I'm interested in going in a sense to see a SWAT.
Yeah, the problem is
But we're like, this is the
following
subject
the
matter
SWAT.
here, though.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to.
Oh, the neighbor just pulled in there.
Neighbor just pulled in.
All right, well, it doesn't look like...
She's been interviewed.
It doesn't look like they're
Next door neighbor?
Yeah.
going to go.
I mean, interviewed by the news, the media.
Yeah.
There, now we have light. The light was reflecting off of the TV.
He is like saying, hey, this is something to do with like...
I still have my Christmas boxes that need to go in a box, but I've got my Tupperware boxes here, but I've had no time to box the rest of the stuff up.
Well,
I got to go here and find all of Delilah's Christmas theme, you know, stuffed animals, because she doesn't need them through the year. You know, I'm going to put the Christmas themed stuffed animals in the box, so during Christmas next year I can pull them out and put the other ones away, so she can work with her Christmas themed animals, you know. She's getting a lot of stuff. I actually got... They're staying right there. I actually got a like a cedar chest for all of her stuff. And I'm gonna put most of her stuff there and only alternate her toys. She's starting to get quite a bit of toys. Like a lot of toys. and usually I don't mind it, but some days she'll come in here and pull literally every last one out. Why she does that, I have no earthly idea. I think she does it just because she likes to see me walk around here and pick every single one of them up. I think it's entertainment for her. I really do. I think I'm her entertainment while she's mine. All right, guys. Well, I guess we'll find out. If for any reason a suspect is picked up tonight, we're going live. I don't care if it's 2 o'clock in the morning. And if you guys find out that we do have an arrest or something going on, y'all call me. Mods, call me. Wake my mods up. Have my mods call me. Mods, call me. If we have breaking news in this case, call me. We will immediately go live. Immediately, okay? So, I love you. This is a pretty big deal here. If they're not found, if she's not found by the time I get back here from Kentucky, we're going to immediately turn around and leave and go out here and start searching in this area. We're going to have to bring our snake boots because I don't trust Arizona. We already know it's rattlesnake season, so I've got to have snake boots on. I can't go out there searching for her without the proper gear. So we'll start suiting up when we get back in March if she has not been found, and we'll start getting out there in the field and working. We do, don't get me wrong, we do exactly what Jonathan's doing right here in cases when this is all there is to be had. But let's face it, it's been 2 weeks. By the time I get out there, it would have been a month. She's got to be out there somewhere. I have an idea of what transpired, and I think I might have some. I think she's in her area. I really do. I think she's in her area. I mean, I'm looking at the dense foliage there. It just doesn't make sense why this person would have made her leave unless he knew her, and he could not leave her alive, and he couldn't leave her in the house. I don't know who this is, but, and I might be completely wrong and completely off base, but they've got DNA. Let's just hope that this DNA pans out. Let's just hope within the next 24 hours we know who this is. I think they know who this might be. Let's pray to God that that's the case. All right, guys, we'll be back. I'm going to let you guys go for now. I'll be back in another hour if things change. If things don't change, we won't be back tonight until we hear some new stuff. Remember, if you guys are part of Sebastian's army, we need you to show up February 26th, Hendersonville, Tennessee. Come in force. We've got signs being made. I've got signs here. Karen's been doing signs. Everybody's been doing signs. We've all been trying to pull sources and resources together for this. We still have a lot to do in preparation. We're coming down to the wire. We've been working on this for months. And now it's where the rubber meets the road. You know, we're coming up on the 26th, February 26th is Sebastian's Day. And we need to make sure that we are standing up and demanding Sebastian's Day be recognized. And as a matter of fact, I think it's time for us to start petitioning for a proclamation for Sebastian's Day and talking about domestic violence and child abuse as part of it. I think that needs to be a primary focus of Sebastian's Day in that county. So it is my belief that we need a Sebastian's Day and a day of honor for Sebastian and what Sebastian's Day truly does mean. And hopefully somebody out there in Sumner County will start focusing and getting out before their county and demanding a Sebastian's Day there where people reflect on or advocate for child and or domestic violence. All right, guys, rock it out with your coffee beans out. Don't forget to be fearless. If you see something, say something. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And until next time, please be safe, but more importantly, kind to one another. We will be rolling live if we have breaking news. God bless.